Hey there, just wanted to leave you guys with one last practical lab you could probably do at home if you want to with your family. And that is I'm going to make some glue out of milk. And so for this demonstration, I'm going to show you how I would do it in the lab. But there's ways that you could do it at home without having to use all the equipment that I have here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 125 milliliters of non-fat milk, so fat-free milk, and I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to also add about 20 milliliters of vinegar to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stir it. I'm going to heat it up, and I'm going to keep my eye on the temperature. I want to heat this up until about 60 degrees Celsius. As it's heating, I'm going to expect it to get kind of discolored and also maybe kind of curdle a little bit, which is what I want to have happen. So I'm going to go ahead and heat it up, and I will show you what it looks like in just a few minutes. Okay, so as you can see, the milk and the vinegar have been heated up for maybe 7 or 8 minutes. Temperature now is close to 60 degrees, which is when I want to stop it. You can do this at home by just using a thermometer, if you have a meat thermometer at home. So I'm just heating up this glass beaker. You could do it in a pot, and I'm going to check the temperature. When I get to 60 degrees, I'm going to take the beaker off the hot plate, and then I will start to pour the liquid into basically a funnel with filter paper, and I will show that to you in the next step. Okay, so as you can see, I have my beaker with my milk and my vinegar, and you can see how it has changed color. I have all the stuff down here at the bottom that I want to collect, and I'm going to use a flask with a funnel. You could do this at home by using just a glass to catch everything, and then you could use some kind of strainer. If you have a strainer at home, you can put a strainer on top with paper towels on the inside. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a paper towel from class, and I fold in half one time, fold in half a second time, and so what I have here is it looks like I've got 4 pieces of paper right there. I'm going to go ahead and put my finger in between and make a little cone, and what I will do is I will start to pour this in here, and this is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time, and I will show you what I have left once I'm done with all of my filtration. Okay, so I'm going to go and keep pouring it, try to get rid of as much of this stuff as possible, the liquid part, and I want to keep all the solid stuff behind. So I'll keep doing this, and then I'll show you what I have in the end. So as you can see, most of the liquid part has been filtered through. I'm going to get rid of that, the filtrate, and I'm going to keep what's inside the beaker. Whatever's inside that paper towel that's kind of solid, that's a protein. That's what you see over here, all this white stuff. I'm going to scrape it out or off of the paper towel, put it back in the beaker, and then for my next step, I'm going to neutralize it with some baking soda, and then I'm going to add some water to it to give my product the consistency of glue. So that's what you'll see next. So I have my protein left behind, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add about 1.2 grams of baking soda to neutralize it. I'm going to stir it so I can mix it up. It gets kind of solid. It feels kind of hard to stir around, but I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stir that around, try to mix it all up, try to neutralize as best as I can. You could use a spoon or a flat knife or something like that to, maybe like a butter knife. But I'm going to try to get as much of the stuff in here as possible. And then it's kind of chunky right now, so to give my product the consistency of glue, I'm going to add a little bit of water. So you can just add drops of water if you're at home. I'm just going to use a water bottle here. I'm just going to add a little bit of water at a time. And I'm going to keep stirring it just to get that consistency that I want for glue. So right now it's still a little bit on the chunky side, so I'm going to keep adding a little bit of water to it to try to get it more like the consistency of what glue would look like. Right now it's still very chunky, so it's very dry. So I'm going to add some more water to it. Okay, so I will do this until I get to the consistency of glue, and then I will show you what I'll do with it. Okay, so I have what I think is probably going to be a good consistency right now. It's a little bit on the liquid side, but not too much. And it kind of has this like this light color to it, this little tan color. And what I'm going to do is to test it out, what I'll do is I'll take some pieces of wood. You will not see the results of this right now, but if I leave it overnight, then I can see how strong this will be. So I can just add a little bit of the glue on the wood here, and I can go ahead and I can just make something. I can make like a bridge if I want to, but if I want to add some more glue to it, I can go ahead and do so by just taking some more, putting it on the side. I'm being a little bit on the messy side with this right now, but what I would have my students do is I would have them go ahead and just on a piece of paper towel, just go ahead and build something if they want to. So if they want to maybe put a little more glue here in the middle in that joint that we have here, we can add maybe another piece of wood going like this, and then we can continue to just build on top of that. So what I would have my students do is I would have them go ahead and build something, let it dry overnight, and the next day we can kind of compare our structures and see who's got the strongest structures. But something like that. And I know it's not really going to hold right now if I move it, but if I leave it for a few hours, then I'll be able to pick it up, peel the paper towel off the back of it, and I would have some pretty strong glue. So that's my demonstration on how to make glue from milk, and thank you for watching.